Hey, how's it going? How's it going, gangster?
My man.
Yo, what's up? What's up, brother? How are you?
Denzel,
Sister.
Denzel in my heart.
Denzel, yeah.
Whatever Denzel does,
All right. So pretty much this American gangster you're talking about got Denzel acting all sorts of ways, and he's, a husband, a son, a fatherly figure, a good brother, cousin, and a businessman. So he knows how
amazing.
to
He's
play it
got
all.
everything that I need.
So those are watching. If you're anything like Denzel, slide into Saliya's DMs.
I've got a big crush on Denzel. I
Yeah,
guess you
good.
already know. There's no movie from Denzel Washington that I say it was shit.
This is true. All right, good. So let's jump right into this review then. If you're gonna be giving us glowing reviews left, right, and center. So this 2007 movie, directed by Ridley Scott, centers around Frank Lucas, who's played by Denzel Washington, who is a essentially a drug dealer out in New York in the 60s. And then he's essentially talks about his coming to rise in Harlem, and his his quick growth to fame, not so much to fame, but infamous fame. And then essentially how he also talks about how he got arrested, or how he got caught, who's a cop played by Russell Crowe. This 2 hour, 56-minute movie has a lot of people in it. It's got Idris Elba, got Josh Brolin, and it's really a big, great movie for those that have not come across it, and kind of shows the inner workings of the narcotics game and the war on drugs, and kind of what happened to impact this essentially truth biopic on Frank Lucas, right? So for me, the movie was absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. Like it's considered one of my favorite movies. There was definitely a time I watched this movie on repeat in between study breaks. So so yeah, to me, it's this is a great great insight into the drug cartel game, and then also the inner workings and how smart you have to be of a businessman, and how smart of a person that catches the businessman or the drug dealer at his game. So yeah, so for me, this movie is definitely a standout. How about for you?
What was your favorite scene?
My favorite scene, good question. I think my favorite scene is, there's a few of them actually. My favorite one of them is where Frank Lucas essentially confronts Idris Elba, because it's like one powerhouse versus another powerhouse, and Idris Elba comes in all pompous and saying that, oh, this is my turf, this is my rules, kind of thing. And then Frank kind of like waves him off, and then eventually Frank evokes his revenge, I guess, or trying to show his dominance on Idris Elba's role. And then another favorite scene is also Frank. I think a lot of these are based around Frank Lucas acting revenge on people. Is when Frank also finds out that Josh Brolin, who's the detective topper, Tupro, um, and he essentially blows up his car on Christmas Day.
I love that scene. That was my favorite. He tried to like threaten him, and then he was like, "You're not gonna threaten me," Like I really love that scene.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and then his wife, Eva, I think she was, she tried as a wife, I guess, as a pretty face, but also tried as a wife to help and impress the husband. But it essentially led to a little bit of his demise. But However, I felt for her because she was kind of caught in a hard place. But it was interesting to say the least.
I think she was a good girl. I mean, she was okay. She was a little bit of. I mean, I don't know. She looked dumb, but she was okay.
Yeah, well, like I said, she's a secondary character, but you can tell that she really cared and loved him,
Yeah,
and
she
really
cared for
tried
him. Yeah.
to add to his life because that's what he wanted to have is
And
have
you
that.
see how fast it happened? We were talking earlier.
Mm,
He
mm.
just hit on her and he said, move in
If
because
you
he
know,
was
you know.
serious. He was serious. A man who is serious, he's gonna take serious action. He just saw her
Absolutely.
at the party. Girl, come here. Move in. This is my mom. Bam, marriage. That's it.
Yeah, so yeah, so I guess this is the interesting part about Frank Lucas's character is because he looks like he's the kind of guy that's not a womanizer. He's a caring guy, looks after his family,
Amazing. I
you
love
know,
men that they are not
and then he's
womanizer.
he's a very logical business person. But this is kind of there's a duality that happens with Frank's role and then also Richie's role, right? Because Richie's a womanizer. He's butting heads at work. He's not a shot caller person. He's taking demands from people. And then it essentially like these are two kind of polar people, but they're both protagonists in their own right. Like who is the main person that you're voting for, that you're siding with, because they both have their positive qualities, I guess, right? So one has a moral compass and the other one doesn't have as strong of a moral compass, but he's on the side of good and the other one's on the side of the traditional bad, I guess, right? So to me it was quite interesting. For you, what is any sort of breakout scene line?
I like the scene that you mentioned,
Mm.
like the car on fire. And I also like the scene that Denzel says the one, I mean, he says something, I forgot. He says the one who talks the most in the room is the
Is
student.
weakest, is the loudest in the room is not always the strongest or is weakest.
Yeah, he's the weakest one.
Yeah,
Yeah. I really love that. I really what
he
he
beat up
said.
his cousin
Because
Richie, if I remember,
if you
because of
if
that.
you really pay attention, he was talking less and listening more, and he was very wise and he wasn't acting impulsive.
Mhm.
Everything that was happening, he was taking his time and trying to think about it, and he was so relaxed,
Mm.
but being conscious of what's going on around him without being too talkative. And I also like the last scene. I don't want to spoil it. That he took his revenge from police that they used to like basically treat him shit when he was young. And
Mm.
he said, that's all I want. And he got what he wanted. So I really like that part as well. So I would give 9 to American Gangster.
Yes, and I would
Denzel,
also give it a 9 officially.
Denzel always.
I'm so happy you rated it a 9. I rated it a 9 too. You know what?
That
I'm
was
gonna rate it a
the only
9.5.
movie that you and me. Oh, and also another one from Denzel. We were like on the same page.
Yes, this is true.
What was it called? I forgot. The I forgot the other movie from Denzel
Well,
that his
did
son
we?
was at the hospital.
Oh, John Q.
Amazing, amazing.
Yes. So yeah, Denzel brings up the average our average scoring system. So that's
Yeah,
good. So we both rated 9 out of 10. So IMBD gave it a 7.8 out of 10, and Rotten Tomato gave it a 81%. So definitely
amazing.
it's liked by many. So
Yes.
anyone else that's watching, definitely let us know whatever Denzel movie you think is going to be an automatic smash that we need to review. and then hopefully me and
Go
Stuart
on,
can
watch
catch
it.
up. Yeah.
Definitely. And
So like,
subscribe.
subscribe, share, and let us know, and then we'll make this Denzel fan club happen even more. All right. Cool. All right. That's it for this week's episode. We'll see y'all next week. Deuces.
Bye. Peace.